What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, I seen a story that I want to share with you guys, and this right here is insane, man. This happened out there, supposedly in Durham County, right? In North Carolina. Shout out Durham County. And it's about a North Carolina TikTok influencer with over 3 million subscribers or followers ordered to pay $1.75 million because they just recently lost a lawsuit for taking the husband of another woman whom he wound up divorcing and all of a sudden marrying and living a life with. Now, I didn't know there were laws like this where you could sue somebody for wrecking your home, but evidently there are in a few states, and this woman actually won a settlement for $1.75 million. I'm going to show you what went down in court, and then I'm going to come back and give my assessment of this. This whole thing is crazy. Take a look.
An affair, a TikTok star, and a $1.75 million verdict that nearly ended with a fight outside the Durham County Courthouse. That was not the fight. That was the joy inside the courtroom. We're talking about the case of North Carolina TikToker Brene Montague. She was sued by her now husband's ex-wife. Tonight, a jury found Montague liable for destroying the couple's marriage. WR's Eric Miller was in court and has the story.
That's the sound of a $1.75 million cheer, coming just moments after court was adjourned. Akira Montague embraced her attorney, Robinetta Jones, as dozens of supporters yelled from the sidelines.
She has received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children.
Akira Montague's lawsuit, filed in Durham County Court, accuses Brene Montague, an influencer with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, of seducing and having an affair with her then-husband, Tim. That affair then turning to marriage when Brene and Tim wed. In the suit, Akira Montague claimed Brene used her online influence as a weapon. The affair also caused damage to her health and deprived her kids of a two-parent household.
And it was nothing but lies.
Brene Montague, who represented herself in court, slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montague knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
But the jury didn't agree, awarding Akira Montague the $1.75 million after more than 700 pieces of evidence were presented in court, including some of Brene's own TikToks and texts.
That says that my client was telling the truth.
The case hinged on two rarely used laws, including alienation of affection.
It can be very hard to prove, and the reason is because it's hard to find a point in a relationship where the relationship necessarily started to go bad.
But in these videos and in the court testimony, the jury found that point, leaving Brene Montague with a hefty bill and no answer on how she'll pay.
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
A North Carolina woman will now have to pay $1.75 million after jury found her liable for destroying a Durham couple's marriage. So some might ask what love's got to do with it, but the lawsuit filed in Durham County Court accused Brene Kennard, an influencer with nearly 3 million TikTok followers and 274,000 followers on Instagram, of seducing and having an affair with her manager. Well, the jury found Kennard liable for criminal conversation and alienation of affection. Let's talk about that now. Joining us now is Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes. So Khalif, when we talk about this, I mean, this is a serious matter here. North Carolina is one of the few states that still allows that alienation of affection lawsuit. So in simple terms, does the jury or judge have to be able to see, what specifically do they have to see to be able to say, you know what, we're going to rule in your favor.
I guess it's not just a secondhand emotion. I guess
like Tina Turner said, right?
So you're right. You've got a couple states that talk about this: North Carolina, Mississippi, South Dakota, New Mexico, Utah, and Hawaii. All the other states have either had this removed or never had it at all. It's been repealed. These are called these heart bomb laws, where you are breaking up the sanctity of marriage. That's a contract already between the spouses, and now you're coming in and you're interfering, interjecting, or interceding into their marriage. And because of that, that person now that feels like they've been wrong has a claim against you. This is based in tort law. And so you ask the question of what do they need to be able to prove? Genuine loving marriage. So first of all, there has to be a loving marriage. Guys can't be separated, can't be going through any type of divorce. That's going to be something that's key. Second, there needs to be some malicious or wrong act. You've done something, either slept with them, maybe attempted to, come on to them, something to do an overt offensive act to attack the marriage. And then there was a loss of affection. Now this person done something and they've made you, lose a genuine affection that you had for your other person. And then it caused some damage to the person that was harmed. So the wife in this situation, she has to have something physical that's triggered based off this. I just can't say you hurt my feelings.
Right.
It needs to be some emotional distress, something where I'm seeking treatment, some type of therapy. It has to manifestation into something larger than just, I don't like that you did that to me.
How much does somebody's social media and that persona deal with a case like this?
I think it plays a big part, and most of the time what type of money you can bring in takes into the account for what type of award that a person may be able to receive in the future, right? If I'm going to sue you, I don't want to sue someone that's making $10 an hour.
Right.
But if a person's bringing in, say, $30 million a year, or like these social media influencers that are bringing in millions, then yes, you now have an ability to pay if I get a judgment against you. So I think that portion's there that they have now the means. But then if you have things that are online, now you have a lot that the plaintiffs can go and find. Mm-hmm. Hey, I said that I didn't break up their marriage. Well, they pulled a video out that said that you knew that you wronged them. Mm-hmm. That was something that her attorney used in the case against the person, saying, well, you talked about not knowing that this was something that was going to affect their marriage. Mm-hmm. Well, wait, here's this video where you said the complete opposite. How do you reconcile those two? So they can use your words against you. So that social media, while it has allowed you to become profitable, sometimes it may hurt you. But North Carolina is not new to this. We've had large sums of awards in the past, $5.9 million, $9 million, and then the largest ever, $30 million against a trucking company owner. And so there have been large awards with this in the past.
But it just, shows you in social media, there are receipts. You can show the footage, but it's also embarrassing because now you've kind of ignited something very personal that everybody can be able to see. Does that play into this $1.75 million?
Yeah, I think obviously this person has to be able to have legitimate damages, right? So part of the award was to their actual compensatory damages, but then you have a part of it was that's set aside for punitive damages. And when you're talking about the damages, this all comes down to the trier of fact being able to say, well, what number can you put on it? And her attorney hit it right on the head. She said, she used one of her social media posts, and the lady said, you know what? It was worth it. And so in closing, the attorney said, well, how much was it worth? Wow. Drop that on the jury for them to be able to say, well, you know what? I think it was worth $1 million. That's the type of language that you put your words out there, it can clearly be used against you.
$1.75 million, too. Khalif Rhodes, appreciate your insight. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all. Now, you've seen it. She won this judgment, saying it caused her some hardship, embarrassment, so on and so forth. I'm going to be honest with you. I hope everything you was dealing with getting this dude, taking this dude on after he left his wife for you, is worth that $1.75 million, because you brought that. Now, I'm going to tell you something. People do stuff for the craziest reasons. And what's sad about it is you was married. This is the guy I'm talking about. He was married. He allowed himself to lean far enough to where he could be whispered in the ear, or thirsty enough to where he would want to step out. I don't know how they met and abandoned what he started to build with somebody else. And as upsetting as that is, man, this girl is on the hook for this situation. But what does the guy pay? Now, you've seen the influencer, right? She said at the end of that interview after court, I doubt that she'll see that. And she did this. Yeah, well, she ain't got to see it. but that's counted as a debt against you. So if you want to buy a car, want to buy a house, or want to buy anything of merit or value that you desperately need, as you get older in life, it's not going to be accepted because you got a $1.75 million debt on you. A lot of people don't understand that. They think, oh yeah, well, she was sued and has to pay this and she got to pay it. But if she don't have it, she can't pay anything. It's various ways of moving money and acting like you don't have nothing. Regardless of her having 3 million TikTok followers, I don't know the monetary analytics of TikTok of how much that makes, and every niche is different. She might not even be making anything close near that. But you know, people get on the internet and they air their business, they talk about things. She did that. It's no different than a rapper out there rapping their crimes in their verses and then getting exposed in court. They played social media stuff out there in the public of her trying to defend herself or why she's with this man. You incriminate yourself right then and there. That's stupid. Said the woman claimed the affair caused her mental anguish, which I can believe, damage to her health, making her sick, and depriving her children of a 2-parent household. What do you say to that? Sissy, what do you say to that? It's just crazy to me that, man, it's crazy to me that this whole thing came up the way it made the news. And it's only because of the amount. And like, you can actually do this in North Carolina. But I mean, just looking at this whole thing is one big mess, y'all. And it's an embarrassment. You know, she sued the guy. Now they got divorced and he remarried. But something was going on before he left his said wife then, and then that caused her to lose this money. Now you heard what she said. Oh, she consented to it. She consented to the affair, and because she knew her marriage was already over. Was that before or after you came into the picture? They have children involved. That's always a bad look when you up and leave. And the thing is this, she's in the news, whereas the guy who made the conscious decision to leave one situation and go to another, they didn't have him on there at all. Now, in the picture, you see him talking to her, the back of his head, but they ain't expose who he was and say nothing. He ain't talking in front of the camera at all, because internally, as a man, that's very embarrassing. And you look bad. But either way, she won. She like it. I love it. I don't know if she'll be able to get that money, but the people, the girl that sued, you're like, you don't know what's in store for you. With that kind of debt hanging over you, shit. You better open 3 or 4 different channels of income. And hopefully this guy was worth it and he can help you pay that off, because he paid a major part in that. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. That is crazy as can be. That right there would have made me fall out and die right there. I'd have had a coroner as soon as he said I lost the case. Then again, I ain't going to put myself in that position in the first place. See you in the next video. Take care.